Listen, we got to discuss breaking news involving Lamelo Ball, MB1, the one of one. Listen, Kendrick Perkins, NBA champion. We all know what's going on with Big Perk. Pause. Listen, he came out and exposed Mr. Charles Lee. Charles Lee, is running rampant through Charlotte. And to be honest with you, what he did to LaMelo Ball continues to send shockwaves around the world. Like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit the like button and most definitely hit the subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV, and we going live too for this game, so make sure you tune in. But Kendrick Perkins challenged the resume of Charles Lee, and I thought that this was real impactful in my humble opinion because somebody had to do it. Who was going to pull cards here? That's all I was waiting for something like this. You know, his words were, "What kind of resume? He doesn't have the resume for something like this, to pull a move like that. The resume for Charles Lee, how can he come into an organization and play with the franchise player like this? What kind of resume does he have for this? And he spoke about LaMelo Ball selling tickets and things of that nature. That is true. You in Brooklyn, is a lot of people that wanted to go see, LaMelo Ball. So I mean, at the end of the day, is a real messed up situation. But I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. I agree with everything Perkins said up until when he said that he'll get the same reaction of an Anthony Edwards. I believe that's just completely just unfortunate for Kendrick Perkins to say something like that. We got to understand LaMelo Ball is an international and domestic superstar. Could you imagine if LaMelo Ball was on Team USA going through all these different countries? I mean, seriously. I'm just pointing that out there. I'm just saying, all of these things are something to note. These guys know what it is with LaMelo. You don't make a move like this with him. And shout out to Adrian Wojnarowski. Pardon me, not Adrian Wojnarowski. I get these guys mixed up because Woj, went on. I forgot Brian Windhurst. Pardon me, I got him mixed up. Brian Windhurst came out and said that basically, you're going to basically lose your player here, possibly, and I agree there. And you saying he's also said that that was a winnable game. They needed a basket. It was time. I mean, they were struggling to make a basket, down the stretch to win the game. And you didn't bring LaMelo in, so now you got tank things going on. People are thinking this is a tank job, and this is what I believe is really going on. I believe that is something going on upstairs, and I believe Charles Lee was brought in maybe to create some riffraff with LaMelo. This was the first domino. We got to see how some of this stuff moves on throughout the course of this whole entire season. Because could you imagine if he did something like this again? What exactly is Charles Lee trying to prove here? Because what LaMelo Ball has done this season has been downright spectacular. He did not deserve something like that. You understand? I mean, seriously, he did not deserve that. Period. I'm just saying. And to be honest with you, we don't know if he just lost LaMelo Ball, for crying out loud. We don't know, seriously, because obviously Melo is a professional. He's going to play basketball. But the relationship between LaMelo and Charles, to me, they need to have a level of trust with one another. They have to, be on the same page. Why did he single out LaMelo? You had other guys who was missing shots. You had other guys making terrible mistakes. Why didn't we, show that same level of intensity? Why did it just go straight to LaMelo? So something, that something's going on there. The comments that was made, all of these things are coming into play. I think they needed to tap LaMelo on the shoulder. And who's to say that? Could you and I'm not gonna say they embarrassed him. They also said something like that as well to them, that they made Charles Lee embarrassed the franchise player Lamelo Ball. I'm not ready to go that far. To say it was an embarrassment, but I mean, like I said, it was just definitely it just brought just eyes, ears, and antennas to the situation. And what if LaMelo Ball was to drop 50 tonight? Or something crazy. All these things could come into play. They back home. Going up against the Detroit Pistons. You got Cade Cunningham and company. There, so that should be pretty interesting. I think the Pistons feel like they can knock off Charlotte. I think this game is going to be played pretty tough and close. And possibly go down to the wire. Detroit is a pretty decent team. This season they have a record of 7-9. The Charlotte Hornets are 5-9. This game will be on, quote unquote, national television because it's going to be on NBA TV. So we're going to find out, what's going to take place here because I believe it's going to be massive fireworks, involving LaMelo Ball tonight. I believe he's going to come out and want to send a message to Charles Lee, and everybody, what kind of player this guy really is. And I don't know if Charles did this to try to take some credit for the LaMelo Ball wave that's going on, because LaMelo and the Hornets, if they was healthy, all of the credit would go to LaMelo. Has Charles come in and tried to swoop some of the glory? Now, if LaMelo goes on an epic tear, now Charles is a part of it. You see how things work. So we have to be very mindful of what's going on in the Queen City. Why they have LaMelo Ball MB1, the one of one. Because we don't know how much longer he'll be there. Because I don't think Melo had any issues in Charlotte. I think they was just chilling, having a good time, and they was trying to build the franchise, and he wanted to stay there and build it. I think they just want to try. I don't know. Maybe they want to get these first rounders, like I stated before. Only time will tell. But we're gonna be here to tell it. We got a lot more news dropping. We got a lot more to discuss involving this situation. I hope we could put this situation behind us. So make sure you tune into the live. We're gonna be going live. We should be going live all night. So make sure you hit the like button if you're new. Most definitely hit the subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV. LaMelo Ball MB1. There's a lot of controversy going on, with the Charlotte Hornets and things of that nature. But, listen, things about to get, ironed out. I promise you. Until next time, make sure you hit the like button. I repeat. And I'm telling you, we going live. Make sure you tune in. Let's get in the comment section. Let's get interactive on this topic. It's Flight Sports TV.